Well, hi. Um, this is the third time I'm recording the complainers, and yes, I am back with a complaint. No, to nobody's surprise, right? And well, I don't have like something. Well, I do. I do have a few things specifically I want to complain about, but let's do this as like a live update or just I don't know, just like a random episode, which which is literally every single episode of our podcast, but we're not gonna talk about that. Okay, so if you have been following me for a bit, you would probably know that I have moved back to the US and my plan to Canada is canceled. So now I'm in the US and I'm back in Philadelphia, the same place, going back to the same school, actually seeing the same chemistry professors who I love them because they were they were very supportive. But anyways, so this is like a live update, and let me break it down for you. That this has not been easy, just like what I was expecting. But your expectations are always far from reality. So I just reckon that like even if you were totally preparing yourself to leave your hometown or your home country and come to a new place, whether it's another city or whether it's another country, another continent, another part of the world, you would probably not prepared enough. Because I mean, how can you prepare for that? Like you can make it up in your head and say that, okay, I know it's gonna be hard, but it'll be okay at the end. Like you can make that shit up in your head. But when it comes to reality, it's not easy. It has never been easy and never will be. A few things happened since I've moved in the US, moved back here in the States. And I think I'm in a better position now compared to how I was like a year ago when I was in the US. Because, of course, I have my time to heal back home in Vietnam, and I'm coming back as a much more positive person. But I'm not saying that I am a positive person, because I'm definitely not. But I feel like I'm more positive and relaxed. Like, just for example, before, like a year ago, I would feel very, very bad. Like, every day waking up in the morning and go to school. Not that I hate my school or my subjects, I actually enjoyed the lesson. Just that, like taking the bus or riding the bike was so tiring and exhausting, and I just hated when the wind blows into my face and it was freezing cold, but I still have to go to school. Like things, like little things that actually drive me nuts. Like I'm not just saying like, oh, it irritates me and then it goes away. It's not. It stays in my head, and I was so annoyed, and I was just felt very sorry for myself that I was in this situation. I'm alone. Nobody here can help me, and nobody here is willing to help me. But now I take my time. I'm just not stressed out about it. I take the bus to school every day now, and it's still the same route, and still it takes like roughly an hour to get to my school. But um I actually enjoyed it because it's like at the end of summer and we're getting to fall now, so it's not too sunny. The breeze was very nice and light, and I feel like, you know, I just before, like for example, like before, I was just rushed to school, even though I'm not like late or anything. I just want to finish the ride and just sit in the classroom with nobody in it, because I don't know why I was like that. But now I take my time. I come to school just like 5 or 10 minutes before the class starts, so that is like really good because people comes late all the time. And I you know I on my walk from the bus station to school, I noticed that the center city of Philadelphia is really pretty, and there are things that though I was passing by it day to day like last year, and it's still the same thing now. I didn't notice that, oh, it is actually really pretty. It is really um nice. Like, it's a really nice city, and the architect is really nice as well. And the bricks and the bikes, and how that is not too cramped of a place, but it's not um like I'm the only person in the city. And and I enjoyed it now. I enjoy the breeze. I take my time. And even before, like for example, like last semester when I was having organic chem 1, it was quite a challenging class. And I would hate myself so much. Like, let me break it down for you. Like, in organic chem 1, I did really well actually. But normally for me, when it comes to like chemistry classes here, I understand everything really fast because I already have a background in Vietnam, so I understand everything really fast. But this time is organic and chemistry 1, and I didn't learn like most of that stuff back in Vietnam, so it was like actually challenging for me to keep up with the class. And um like not like keep up with the class, but more like, to understand it like right away without much practice. And I would hate myself so much for that. I thought I was a failure, even though I obviously wasn't. I don't think I was. I just think like, oh, I could have done better, and things like that. Beat myself up. But now I enjoy, I enjoy that the course is actually challenging, and I wanna, I wanna use my brain a little bit more than just revising whatever I learned back in Vietnam. So that's like a positive mindset. But this is a complaint. So I'm gonna complain now. So get ready. So I was assigned in this group for the chemistry lab part, because the lab is not isn't enough stations and space in the lab for everyone to do the experiments. So we have to do it in groups, and I would prefer to be in like a 2-person group, but they thought that if there are more people, more work is done. And for from my experience, that's not true, because it's a station, so it's not big. It's kind of small, and when you do chemical experiments is very precise, and everything is small because you're not making like a big batch of something just to like commercially to sell. You're just experimenting and figuring out the products and the process. That's it. So everything is really small, and if there are too many people, we would probably break and make mistakes, and it would probably be a mess, and somebody would probably do nothing but earn full credit for that. And I just hate that so much. But uh, of course, I went with the four person group because being that introvert Asian kid in the room, I just couldn't speak up. That's totally my fault. But well, yes, that's me as a loser, okay? And then we are doing our first experiments, and we have to do like a pre-lab. So it's basically all the informations that you need to know before you start the experiments, like what are the chemical equations, what are the procedure of the experiments, what are the raw data that you can get from the experiments before starting it, and the purpose of the experiments, like all of that stuff. It's not hard, it's quite easy. But out of the four people, they don't know a thing. I don't even know how they, not that they don't know a thing, they do know some, but like they don't do the work. It's so fucking annoying. Like no one actually like at least go online and see what they have online. And they didn't even open the book, because everything is in the book. It's that easy. It's just a pre-lab. The hard work is in the actual lab report, which will be handed in to the professor after we done the experiment. But the pre-lab is really easy. Everything is in the book. You just copy it and improvise it, and use your brain just a teeny tiny bit. Nobody did that. I did the majority of the work. I did like most of them. And so there's like, I was so frustrated, because if I was doing it by myself, I would get it done like 2 days ago, okay? And it's not even done now. I'm so annoyed. 2 days ago, gosh. And I always try to be nice, so I don't rush them. I don't be like the team leader, because I'm not the leader type. I don't really have strong leadership. But I try to tell them that, I did this part and this part and this part. Let me know if you want me to change anything or revise it. If there's anything wrong, nobody reply. They just think it's like, that's it, that's done. That's fine. And then somebody has to print it out, right? To hand it in to the professor. So thanks God somebody volunteered to print it out, because like that's the easiest job. And so the part of the pre-lab is that you have to do the chemical equations, and with organic chem you have to write out the structures of the reactants that are involved in the reactions. It's hard to do it on the computer, so the professor told us to just do it by hand. And I suggested, since you're going to print it out and you're going to have the hard copy of it, so just do the equations part. And that person was like, but I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what equation or what reactions are involved. And I'm like, dude, it's in the fucking book. Just open the book. Oh God. And then of course that person said, I didn't buy the book yet. It's the second week of college, so I haven't bought the book. And I'm like, Yeah, fuck you. Well, if you haven't bought the book, then at least read the procedure to see what the reaction would be, or go online and type in the title of this fucking experiment, because it probably is available online. Um, but that person, oh, I don't know, I'm so sorry. Can you do it next time? I'll do it. And I'm like, oh my god, this is why I hate group projects so fucking much. Like, I've never been the person that work very well with other people unless it's like somebody that, you know, are actually good. Somebody that I can follow, that I can follow their pace and they can follow my pace. That person or that group of people who I can work with are not in the States. This was back in my high school. But now, I just, this happened to me a couple of times. And, it just, it's like, gosh, I don't want to be like that aggressive person and say, oh, you guys sucks, I have to do all of the work and you get the full credit. I'm gonna cross your names out of this project. I'm gonna get the full credit myself. Like, that's not what I'm gonna do, because I just can't. I don't have the courage to do that, and I don't think that's the right thing to do either. The right thing to do, like, the textbook, like the lawful right thing to do, is to discuss what you don't like about your partners and tell if you guys can work it out. That's like the lawful right thing to do. But like, we're not here for the lawful right thing to do, right? Because this is reality, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to solve this problem, because guess what? I suck at socializing, and I just so afraid that they would be mad at me for saying that they're not doing the work and I'm doing the work. And yeah, it's just I just hate group projects so much. Like, there will always be someone who just doesn't show up ever, and then last minute they come in, or they're like, oh, do you have any crumbs for me to do? Like, do you have anything left for me to do? I'll finish that, and next time I'll do something else. And I'm like, fuck you, there's no next time. You think there's next time? There's no next time, dude. And gosh, can I just find somebody else? Like, why did I sit in that fucking table? God, it made a mistake from day one, and there are gonna be 11 experiments, and I'm telling you, organic chem experiments are not easy or short. They are in no way easy on anybody. And God, I'm stuck with this group. How can I get out of this? I don't even know. Okay, one other thing to complain is, how to say this? I feel like I'm back at the stage when it's like I cannot make any friends now. But I don't understand how can people make friends in college or high school, even like public high school, because I was there for a semester and I couldn't make any friends. It's such a big place, and you don't stay in the same class every single time. And for college, it's weird because like, how to say it, like, this is a very positive thing. Like, everyone comes, well, not everyone, but most people come to college to study. So the classes are very task enforced, like very task based. Like, there are tasks to do in the class, tasks to do at home, gotta complete it, you move on. There's no time for chit chatting, there's no time to have fun, there is no time to, like, interact with your classmates as friends, because classmates and friends are not the same thing. And I don't get how people make friends. I don't get how people make friends ever. I don't I don't understand how people in the States make friends, because I cannot make friends here. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I try, probably not hard enough, but like I try and there's no progress, so I just feel so discouraged. And I just feel like, oh god, there is nobody here that I can be friends with or have the same interests with me, because they're either dumb or loud or insensitive or too nice for me to approach, or just intimidating, like, or all of the above. For the most part, it's all of the above. And yeah, it's kind of hard. And I don't know. And also, I'm feeling like I'm gonna be stressed out when school actually starts, because this is only the first week and there's already a lot of work to do, especially chemistry. Oh god, that class is gonna drive me crazy. And then I'm gonna have calculus, and that class is gonna drive me crazy too. And then English 102 is probably gonna drive me crazy, because I don't like writing. I don't like words. I'm okay with numbers and equations, but not words. So, wish me luck. And then there's French. How to say about French? I have this. The French class seems kind of nice. I was quite disappointed. It wasn't what I was exactly expecting, but whatever. Like, I didn't really care about it that much. But yeah, complaining all the time, not making progress. That's me. That's all of us. Um, I don't know how to figure this out. I don't know how to make friends. I don't know how to get out of this fucking group project situation. I don't know how to not be stressed about the amount of work that I'm about to, go through. But we shall see. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. That's enough of complaint. Oh my god, it's like 23 minutes almost already. So I guess, thank you if you're still listening till this point. You're awesome. You're an awesome person. You're so patient. You're so kind. Thank you. See you next time in the next complaint, which would probably come very soon. Bye.